Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Two guys sound like they're sucking helium. Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Sitting on their freaking bums.
Like, does it feel like you're not part of the group?
It feels not as much as it just feels like I can't track my own level of volume.
So now you're going to try to, like, control your voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I don't know where I should be. You should tell me, am I talking louder than you hear?
No, you sound pretty good.
Good.
You
Good.
sound pretty good.
Pretty kick-ass mic, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. I mean, that's why I think I'm going to potentially just pay for it all. I don't know. We need it because we are going to have a continuously reoccurring guest star on Sequilibrium with Mike and Chad and Mila. Welcome.
Hi.
Third host, back to do another kid-friendly episode for the kids. Do you tell people at school, like, you should listen to this, and then somehow they fall down the line and they ended up listening to Leatherface by accident?
No.
You don't bring it up to people?
No.
She's totally embarrassed already to tell people she's part of a podcast
She's
about
like, why
movie
did I
sequels.
agree to this?
Especially, like, none of those kids care. She's going to go out on the playground. I'm assuming you still do that. I just watched Incredibles 2, and they're like going to be like, what's Incredibles 2? Well, actually, no, Incredibles 2 came out a few years ago. So it's not like if she was coming in saying I watched Return to Oz or Neverending Story Part 2.
Right.
So why don't you introduce the movie that we did today? Or that we will be doing today.
We are doing Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
This is an animated movie that is worth the price of admission, you know?
Oh, definitely. I kind of am kicking myself for buying it, watching 10 minutes of it, and then falling asleep afterward, or after that 10 minutes.
When you first bought it.
When I first bought it, and then I just didn't care anymore, and I didn't go back to watch it again.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions? Did you have a previous Incredibles experience before this movie?
Yes.
The first one?
Yes.
And then you watched this one for the first time recently?
In
or
the
you had
theater.
seen it?
We watched
you guys
it in
watched
the
it in the theater?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I got to see Despicable Me 2 in the theater, but at this age it feels weird going to
There's some
animated
trend
movies
happening right
alone.
now where people are dressing up in suits and going to see the Minion movie. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, those people are sad. Sad. Those are the live, laugh, love of the trailer park.
Pretty sure my 18-year-old is going to do it. So,
I don't think the sound picked up that eye roll. I just did. Now, would you do that? Would you dress up like a Minion?
Yes.
What would be your Minion costume?
Bob.
Bob. Which one was Bob? Is he the tall, skinny one?
No.
He's the short, fat one. Now, so because they come in different costumes, what would your costume be? You know, like there's the vacation ones and space ones, right? They do they have several occupations.
Minion 1.
Minion 1?
Minions.
Oh, no. I mean, what would your costume be? What would you what would you dress up as along with a Minion?
I would dress up as Gru.
So that would be kind of funny, actually. A Minion dressed up as Gru.
somebody's going to steal that idea for the next one.
Great way to help people become a little bit more creative. Oh, I got this great costume idea from this podcast. Just more word of mouth. It's just coming out. Let's keep pumping out these great ideas. Okay, so speaking of Incredibles 2, what would your superpower be if you could have a superpower? And it doesn't have to be from the movie. It could be anything you want.
I would be able to freeze time.
That's pretty dope.
That is dope.
What would you do with it? Rob Banks?
Sure.
I mean, that's what I would do, obviously. That's where my mind went. Not be like, read all the books.
Don't you think your dad would be curious where you got all that money from?
No.
It fell off a tree over there in the front yard. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you had a question earlier when I got here. What is Elastigirl's real name?
How am I supposed to know that?
I'm just saying, what is her name? Well, you can give her a name while I look it up. Dead air.
Tanya Bones.
Tanya Bones.
Tanya Bones Incredible.
Sounds like a completely different movie. Her name's Helen.
Helen.
Yeah,
Helen. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was going to say that
Helen.
as the made-up name, to be honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
And you
Which
were gonna
I thought
say
was
Helen?
so funny. Yeah, I was going to say
it's
Helen.
quite the coincidence.
But I thought it's so funny that you're like, what's her name? Because I'm like, what is her name? I couldn't think of it at all. Okay, what was your first impressions of the movie?
I liked it.
I mean, not when you first watched it, but recently.
Oh, like right before you got here?
Yeah, or in general, I guess.
Good.
Good.
I mean, Dad was the one.
Stellar review.
Good. Mila Holland.
Did you
Equilibrium Podcast.
Did you okay, do you have anything to compare it to with the first one? You know, because a lot of movies that are sequels kind of tend to retell that same story.
I forgot about the first one.
And the first one was
As much as I like this one, I think I like the first one more.
With-
There's just something about it.
with Jason Lee
Yeah.
trying to capture all the superheroes because he's got a vendetta against them because he doesn't have any powers.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of lesson is that? And, you know, like Pixar hides those lessons.
Right.
Like that you're supposed to learn. Like Incredibles 2 is like for the parents, you know, let your kids help you sometimes. Or,
Yeah.
or your kids are old enough and strong enough, right?
Right.
So what was the lesson of like the crybaby kid who's like throwing a fit because he doesn't have powers? So he's kidnapping all the superheroes.
I'm not too sure because he dies at the end too. Doesn't
No, he gets arrested.
Sucked into
He gets-
that. I thought he got sucked into the fan on the plane or the exhaust.
I mean, you know how they
the
all
engine.
survive?
Yeah.
He just got his minor scratch in that movie, in that one at the end. Do you remember that in the first Incredibles?
No, I haven't seen the first Incredibles in a very long time.
So you guys didn't go back to watch
You don't
it?
remember that? Bad guys holding Jack in the sky, and then all of a sudden Jack gets his superpowers, and he freaks out. He lets go of them. You don't remember this?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
Why
We should have gone back.
Yeah,
We
why
should've
didn't you
gone
guys
back and
rewatch
watched
it?
I don't know.
The Incredibles. So Incredibles was one of those movies that I've watched so many times because it's the only one that they had, and I liked it so much. And it's kind of a bummer that it took this long for part 2 to come out.
What
and
do you
it's
mean
like,
it's the only one they had?
well, there wasn't.
Oh, I mean,
you know,
until the sequel.
Until the
Oh,
sequel,
I see.
yeah.
I see.
So, I mean, I've seen Incredibles so many times, hoping and waiting and wishing for Incredibles 2, and then it like finally came a few years ago, not like a few years later.
Yeah.
And it kind of like ruins the chance at a third one almost. If it's going to take you this long to make 2, how long is it going to take you to make 3?
Almost, yeah. I mean, it was worth the wait. I thought they did a fantastic job with the storytelling. You got Bob Odenkirk, who voices the, billionaire entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. What a
And that's
great
great.
introduction of Bob Odenkirk to a
Love
younger
him.
audience.
Love him.
She's going to be watching Mr. Show later, I can only assume.
I'm gonna be
Eventually.
I'm joking.
Eventually.
I mean later down the road, not later this evening.
There's probably a few sketches in there she could watch.
There's 0 sketches. Yeah, it's upsetting because I love the whole idea of like super family. It's really fun. But what you were saying about like you really like the story, it was really done well, blah blah blah. That's what the reason why it took so long, because the people were like, we're not going to rush out a BS story.
Yeah.
We're going to actually do something really good, and it's going to take some time. So you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it kind of paid off, really.
Agreed.
It's just kind of like I said, if they're going to do another one, they got like a few more years.
I was actually worried to go see this in the theater because after it was released, I think about a week after it was released, they ended up being forced to put an epilepsy warning at the beginning
Oh, no.
of the
yeah.
movie because of the whole screen slit, the way he hypnotizes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, reminds me of Jim Carrey's Riddler in Batman Forever. immediately when I saw this movie.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
It reminded me of Zoolander. Happy when they were doing that. When
I
they
love
were,
Zoolander.
Yeah, that was a great. The hypnotize them with the glasses as a way to control them. It was an awesome story. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was a great kind of premise, right? Or premise, but like a great move on to the next story where you, like we were saying earlier, that they're not recycling the same BS crap. You know, it's continuing on with the superheroes being outlawed and everything.
And repeated jokes that actually land each time too, like Mr. Incredible being kind of jealous of the fact that his wife's getting all this attention. So he keeps making those comments, you know.
Well,
go out there and do it so I can do it better.
That is something that was redone from the first one, where he was going off and doing all this stuff.
Well, she thought he was, you know,
yeah,
having some love affair with what's her name in the first, the assistant.
Yeah. What were some of your favorite parts, Mila, of Incredibles 2?
Incredibles 2 was one of my favorite parts. Was probably the jump scare. I really liked the jump scare.
Which one? What happened?
Yeah, describe it.
When Screensaver like popped out when Elastigirl went into like a room.
Yeah.
Was it when she was looking for some info or whatever when she first fought him? Mm-hmm. And then arrested him, and then that was a pretty rad scene actually for a kids movie. Yeah,
scary.
Super dark, super scary. Totally. Yeah.
I don't know if I like. They did a pretty good job of making you hate the sister of the guy who was trying to.
The
superheroes.
The villain.
Yes.
Yeah. She wasn't fun at all, but she kind of started out fun.
Kind of.
Where
I feel like the introduction was like immediately you knew this is a bad seed. But between that and finding out, they did a pretty good job of hiding it. I don't think they should have introduced her the way that they did. She just had this demeanor about her that kind of gave it away.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention like you were, because I was like totally taken away by her. I was like, she's awesome. She hated superheroes. Now she's friends with Elastigirl. I buy it. And then I found out she was the villain, and I was like, no! Little bit of upset.
Hey, Mila.
What?
Does the boy trying to get his dad to help him with math homework, does that remind you of anything?
Yes.
Tell us about
so
that.
True.
Tell us about that. What is it like asking Chad for help on homework?
It's like he's looking up every single answer and then just telling me.
So when you're supposed to show your work, he's just finding it. He's not giving you like the tools to find it yourself.
Listen, Mike. This isn't
just
the
Google
same
it.
mathematics that you and I did back in school,
He's
okay?
like, okay, write this down.
In order to
Right.
multiply 6 times 4, you got to make 24 boxes, and you got to shade in all these and cross out that.
What
It's
is
ridiculous.
that?
Which is why all those moments really hit for me in the movie. That I laughed out loud a lot.
That's awesome.
Because it was like me and Mila trying to do math homework
You're a
together.
superhero.
Oh, she knows that.
Tell me what is this math? Like, why can't you just simply just do math? Why do you have to have boxes shaded in?
I don't know.
What is that all about?
It makes me kind of forget how yeah, exactly. You know, multiplication. You just do a multiplication problem on paper. You don't
24
circles
times 6. And then you just show your work.
Yeah.
6 times 4.
Right.
4 times 2
That's not
plus
how the kids do it
2.
these days.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Do you know
It's the craziest
cursive?
thing.
Do you know how to do cursive? Are they teaching you how to do cursive?
Yes.
So they haven't like fully pulled everything.
Not everything, but they haven't taught you much. Most of the cursive she knows how to do is stuff she did on her own from the little bit of cursive she was taught last year, right? Or the year before?
Fourth and third.
Fourth and third.
And second.
Or third and fourth,
Well,
even.
I don't know what I'm talking about then.
Okay.
They're really pushing cursive these days, apparently.
Let me ask you this. If you had superpowers, would you be like, I don't need to know stupid math. I can lift up this house if I wanted to. Would you be like that? Or would you be like, I need math to succeed and move forward in life?
I would be in the middle.
You would fight it a little bit, but you'd be like, oh, you'd like, punch a hole in the wall and then still go do your homework.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that just shows that she's a good kid without superpowers. She'd be in the gray. She'd be in the middle.
It's not the answer I would give.
What would you do? What would you be if you were Dash? Would you be like, I ain't doing this homework, and then throw it on the ground and then like run to India?
Probably just be a prankster if I was Dash, using that speed.
Like in
just
the
to
first
fool
movie,
people. Yeah.
when he was messing with his teacher.
Right.
That's all you would do with it.
That's all I would do, probably for years.
I mean,
until
as
I realized I could do something better with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. I was going to say, eventually when you're like 15, you're going to realize you can have way more fun with super speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
For him, it would probably be about 30.
Before he figures out.
Well,
I mean, your math skills show how much faith she has in you.
I know. You little devil.
How about other like superhero movies? Are you a fan of the Marvel movies? Have you watched the Marvel movies?
I don't think so.
Spider-Man. Didn't you watch
Oh
Spider-Man?
yeah, you watched
with us?
Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. You've seen all those? Okay.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, I think I got her in trouble.
Oh. I don't know if she has.
Not with you, right? Because you're not into that. You're into films, Martin Scorsese.
Oh, I like my Marvel movies. There's no denying that.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They're so much fun. And even if you're gonna like gripe that they're not like true art, they're not. They're art's subjective, so it doesn't matter.
So where would you put this up against other Pixar films, Miss Mila Pants?
What do you mean?
Meaning Incredibles versus Toy Story.
Well, for the whole entire thing or for the second one for both?
First one against the first one.
I don't remember the first
that's
one.
right. Second one against the second one.
Yeah.
I think I would go with Incredibles.
Really? Huh. What about you, Mike?
Toy Story 2 or Incredibles 2?
Yeah.
Incredibles 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going Toy Story 2.
Yeah. I mean, Toy Story 2 is great, but like, I just got off the Incredibles 2 train.
Right.
So it's so easy for me to just go straight to pick that one. And if I watch Toy Story 2 later, I'll probably say Toy Story 2.
I'm thinking of rewatchability. And I think I could watch Toy Story 2 far more than I could watch Incredibles 2.
Yeah, when you put it rewatchability, I definitely Toy Story 2. I would definitely watch that more than I would watch this for sure. That's one I need to go back and watch again is the Toy Story movie so I can finally watch 4.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen 4.
I haven't seen 4.
4 doesn't feel like Toy Story.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to
There
have
we
to
go.
watch
It's
it.
the next one. Watch it.
Should we?
Next
Should we
one we'll
do
do.
Toy Story 4?
Toy Story 4.
I thought we
Okay.
were doing sequels.
Well, I mean, Toy Story 4,
It is a
what
sequel.
is a sequel? It's
Oh.
a sequel to Toy Story 3.
And 2 and 1.
And 2 and 1. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I mean, we just don't like first movies. We just like everything that comes after the first. We appreciate the movie, the first one, but if it weren't for the first one, it wouldn't have given us the second one. And if it weren't for the second ones, it wouldn't been the third ones.
And really, Mike and your dad have no idea what we're doing. So,
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. We
Doesn't
make up
matter.
our own rules.
Yeah.
We make up our own rules, Chad. We're like Thelma and Louise. But without the murder and suicide at the
you hear
end.
that fake laugh? You think she knows who Thelma and Louise is?
I know,
She's
right? Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on.
comforting us right now.
Based on what I just said to Chad, with the title Thelma and Louise, what do you think Thelma and Louise is about?
Murder?
Okay, give us a description. Give us a description of the movie of Thelma and Louise.
This guy murders someone, that he robs the bank. Then someone I don't know,
Thelma? I don't know. Louise, maybe?
Hold your microphone closer.
like this,
Yeah, like that.
like this,
Whoa, that's a little too loud.
and then he gets caught or something, and blah blah blah, and then the story ends.
That's a really good description
It's not
of
bad.
Thelma and Louise. It's almost like we had just got done watching it,
No doubt.
too.
Are you sure you haven't seen it before?
I know. It sounds like
Sure.
you had just, you were the director of that movie.
Murder. Murder.
Yeah, that was funny. it was, yeah, perfect. Yeah, Incredibles 2. We barely even touched Incredibles 2. We barely even talked about how poor Violet lost her chance on a date with the hot guy because they Men in Blacked him.
They did, which was also funny. Him closing the fridge and her standing behind, just glaring at him.
Closing the fridge.
Yeah, when he's like, oh yeah, what was his name? Dicker? Is that the guy?
The Tommy Lee Jones type of guy?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
She's like, I don't know how many times Dicker's had to erase memories just because somebody found out. And then he closes the fridge.
Oh.
She tries to put her suit in the garbage disposal.
Yeah, Dad was dying laughing about that.
In my mind, I'm thinking, good. Forget about boys.
I have to say that Jack is annoying to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't like him in
Doesn't
the
even
movie.
speak.
I know. It's just like the character. It's just like almost like the baby from Roger Rabbit, who's always getting into like shit or stuff. And Roger,
How dare you?
to take that out if I want to drop this
Don't
as a
act
clean
like
rated.
you're any better.
But yeah, it was just like annoying slapstick comedy, and it didn't need to be in the movie.
I like when he's fighting the raccoon, so yes, it did.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That was really funny. I will admit that made me laugh. It almost made me think of Ice Age, even though I've never seen those movies. But that like chipmunk going after the nut.
And even though you might not like the character, you have to admit the way it's incorporated into the story, the whole thing with what's her face who makes the costumes.
What is her name?
What is her name?
What's her face?
What's her name? The
What
lady
is
who
it?
makes
Do you
the
know?
costume. Like, come on, darling. Elastigirl only wears my clothes. That lady.
I don't know.
Who's at Milo Pants? I'm gonna look up characters' names. Right.
Because
now.
we
Which one did you like the most? Did I ask you that? I can't remember.
not
No.
yet.
won.
Which character? Which superpowered character did you like the most?
I like Jack because he had like all the powers.
Edna.
Edna. That's right.
Edna.
That's
I mean, that whole thing with her
right.
getting excited, that was cool. Like she said, the raccoon. That was a pretty cool part. What was it about this kid that annoyed you?
Like I said, he was just like slapstick. Like, oh, he's this. Oh, he's this power.
There always
he's
has to
this
be that
power.
character, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I also sometimes just play devil's advocate just for the sake of playing devil's advocate. Just to get the pot stirring.
I know you
It's
do.
your favorite? Well, it's my least favorite. Now let's talk about
Right.
it.
Which did you say is your favorite?
Jack.
The power Jack.
Which power of his did you like the most that you wish he probably had used the most? Because he had so many.
Is he your favorite character in general?
Of all time.
In all time,
Of
No,
all
no.
time. No, I'm just joking.
Just
I'm
Incredibles.
joking. Yeah, just Incredibles.
he might be against someone, like right by someone.
Who?
Violet and Jack are right by each other.
Really?
Oh, she puts those two close together
Huh.
in the category. I
So
like
you hate
Violet's-
Jack. She
I hate
loves
him.
Jack.
I hate Jack, but I like Violet. Her power is awesome. Being able to like protect him.
Yeah.
I love the whole like she doesn't know how strong she truly is, and then she turns out to be like one of the strongest.
Yeah.
Which I love those kinds of stories. So yeah, I get you on Violet. Violet's rad. Violet's super cool. She's like Mrs. Invisible. Is that her name? or Invisible Girl or Invisible Woman, whatever her Fantastic Four. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't really have much frame of reference as far as other Can you think of other superhero movies that you've seen?
Well, you told her Spider-Man.
Yeah. And
Is
Batman.
that it? Is that all you can think of?
Batman.
Spider-Man, Batman. So what is your favorite superhero of all time, Mike?
Oh my God, you can't ask me this. This is
You
like
just did.
when Brody and Mallrats is like, oh my God, one has to consider strength and prowess and all these other factors. And I'm like, I get it, dude. I totally get it. Like if someone asked me that question, that is exactly how I would feel.
But
Because
you're
there's
probably
so
the type
many.
of person that isn't going to go with a Superman simply because you don't want to say Superman.
Superman-
Even though, who wouldn't want to be Superman?
Because who wouldn't? Where's the challenge? Just like Mr. Incredible. Where's the challenge? There's no challenge whatsoever. Who's going to stop you if you can't be stopped, right? So there's no challenge.
I mean,
wouldn't you want to have the ability to teleport like Nightcrawler? How rad is that? Wouldn't you rather have the abilities and the ring of power like freaking Green Lantern? And anything that your mind can come up with is created? So cool.
Favorite
Way better
superhero
than
movie.
flying around.
Favorite superhero movie of all
That's so hard. That is so hard because there's so many of them, especially in like the MCU.
time. Yeah.
I don't know. Right now, I would say the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
The movie The Batman?
Yeah.
Your favorite of all time?
Compared to everything else, I would say either that or Logan.
You must still be on the kick of just watching it. Just like Incredibles 2.
Oh, totally.
Over Toy Story.
But I'm thinking-
'Cause there's no way.
I'm thinking more artistically. When you like Logan and the Batman are both like completely different movies compared to Iron Man and Thor, Love and Thunder, and all those other movies, which they are great. But like when you go down to it, like, oh my gosh, in Logan when he's dying, you've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And X-23 is holding his hand, and then in the Wolverine, the lady who could see in the future said, "I see you covered in blood and dying and holding your heart in your hand." And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right.
So it's like, it's so hard. I would have to say for those, the way they touched me, those two are my favorites
Okay.
right now.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think of all time? Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, The Punisher. Yeah. If we're going to have to go all time, we'll go that 1987 movie.
See, now I've got no answer.
Yeah. Cause
I'm asking you,
like,
I'm forcing it out of you, but I got nothing.
Well, I hope I taught you something. You're like, I learned nothing from that whatsoever. Did you learn anything? Stay away from the Punisher movies. That's what I was going to say. Just kidding. They're great. We're just too young for them. All right, take it away, boss. Tell us some more stuff about the Incredibles that
come
you
on.
liked.
You're the one everyone wants to hear.
The dysfunction of the family? No, they weren't dysfunctional. You got nothing?
oh no.
No, you don't know yet?
What do I talk about?
What do you want to talk about when it comes to Incredibles 2?
Superheroes.
Superheroes. We've already been talking about superheroes for the last 20 minutes.
Well, what's your favorite superhero that's not in the family, the other superheroes?
Oh, that's a good one. I like the one who could create those little teleports where, like, when Elastigirl was, like, fighting them and then she ended up punching herself because of the way they...
Yeah.
I like the guy who can, like, crush things and then he's all like, uncrush things?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means. Yeah, he was awesome.
And then he was like, if I punch you in the face, what am I going to do? Unpunch you in the face?
Did you find any glitches in the movie, like in Toy Story, where it's like in an animated movie where they could have edited it better, but they didn't?
There was probably a few, but I didn't look for any.
Didn't pay attention? No.
Pretty solid filmmaking.
I mean, remember when this movie was dropped, where they were announcing it, they showed the animation that you could see the lint on Mr. Incredible's shirt. Like, that's how detailed they made that movie, which is awesome. But it also still looked just as good. I mean, obviously better than the first one, but
For
like
sure.
almost like it doesn't ruin the first one.
Exactly.
In the type of animation
Just
it had.
enhanced those
Yeah,
same characters.
Yeah, just made it a little bit better.
Yeah. With some lint.
She's like, lint changes everything. Pull some out of my belly button right now. All right, well, we'll read some IMDb reviews then, I guess. Of Iron Man 2. That's almost what I said. Incredibles 2. What do you give it?
Incredibles 2 is a Disney movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Pixar.
Disney Pixar.
What do you
What do
give
you
it?
rate it 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's a little picky on rating, and I'm too not picky.
Talk a little closer to the microphone.
Dad is a little picky about rating, but I'm a little too not picky.
Yeah.
I would rate it like an 8.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'd give it.
I mean, I'd probably give it an 8.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't have given it a full-blown Z10?
Is that just because I'm sitting here and you feel I'm going to criticize you for giving it more than an 8?
No, I mean, no movie until you like see it can actually be like a 10. Like that's my favorite movie.
Yeah. Like, I love this movie so much, it's a 10.
Yeah, but I've like seen it so much, and it's like a classic, you know.
So it's kind of rested in that 8 for you by now.
Yeah, you're giving it because of nostalgia to the first one.
And that makes sense because I probably, after seeing it in the theater, I probably would have given it a 9 or a 10.
Definitely.
But now I'm like, time has passed.
Yeah, let it settle.
It's gonna
like
rest at
like
an
some
8.
good Chinese food.
Yeah.
And then you're going to fart out an 8. So the one
That's exactly what I was thinking, Mike.
I know.
Thanks for the metaphor.
You're welcome. There's a lot of 1-star written reviews for this movie, and they're very
1 star?
long.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There's some very, very long ones, very passionately angry worded ones.
What's your favorite Pixar Disney movie?
Mine? Gosh, that's a hard one because there's so many good ones. I would have to say, as far as, because, each one gives you a lesson, Inside Out is great.
It is.
This is like one of my favorite Pixar movies.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that they're teaching kids emotion a lot earlier than, we had as growing up. It's really cool that it's like able to be created into this like entertaining movie, and it's funny. And it's great. Inside Out, definitely. I'm glad they didn't do a sequel, but I think they are.
Are they?
I don't know.
It would make sense for them to.
Totally, because now you're older and now you're going through all different. Because didn't she go like, it ended with, what's yours?
Mine is Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. That's a good one. That's
is
a good
it a good one?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
That's your favorite?
But that's not Pixar. That's Disney.
Yeah, Disney Pixar. Like
Lilo and Stitch
No,
is not
it's just
Pixar.
Disney.
It's just Disney. Pixar is like the super animated stuff.
I don't have a favorite then.
Oh, out of all the ones, so like Toy Story, Incredibles, Monsters Inc. You're looking up and like, because I can't think of any of the other ones. I'm like drawing a blank. Like, you can't. All the ones that we mentioned, you don't like those, but there's like a million more. Bug's Life, that's Pixar. Bug's Life's good.
Have you seen the new Buzz Light? Or the...
Oh, no, I really want to. Lightyear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to. That looks like a movie that they could end up
Oh,
doing
well,
we're
forgetting lots of good ones here. Pixar, they're just a force to be reckoned with. So we got the new Lightyear, which I heard isn't good, actually. I've heard bad things about that. Michaela went to see that. Said it was awful. Cars, which was better than I thought it was going to be when I first watched it. I had no desire to see it, and then it was okay.
Larry the Cable Guy made me not want to watch that movie.
Okay. I'm going to blast through these. Okay. Cars, Toy Story, Turning Red, Up, which come on, Up,
classic.
Oh my goodness, Soul, Wall-E, Coco, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Inside Out, Luca, Ratatouille, Brave.
Oh my gosh, Brave is so good.
Onward, all the Toy Stories. A Bug's Life, which is great as well.
Yeah. Onward was really good.
The only Kevin Spacey role I can really handle right now is Bug's Life.
Oh.
Let's see. The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, that's a good one. I really like that movie.
Finding Dory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's about the extent of it aside from short films.
Okay.
But that's quite a list.
That is a list, and that's a lot.
Very few stinkers.
I forgot Coco was a Pixar movie. I thought it was Disney. Coco was good.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for some 1-star reviews?
Yeah.
You want to rip into it?
Sure.
All right, here you go.
Coco might be excluded from that because now that I'm clicking on it,
It says it's Disney.
it says Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures.
Oh, lame-o.
Doesn't say anything about Pixar.
All right, this title is not for children. Chad, would you assume Incredibles was not for children?
No, I don't see much
I mean, there
in
was
this movie that I would consider out of line when it comes to a children's movie.
right. There's no adult-oriented jokes,
Yeah.
really. I don't think.
Yeah.
From what
And
I
if
saw.
they're not right in your face.
I mean, it wasn't like Friezo or whatever was yelling at his wife.
yeah, right.
Better not take your suit again.
Yeah, he probably was. We just didn't.
We
see
just
it.
didn't see
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Boring movie. I almost slept. Me and my family went to the cinema expecting to have a good laughs and fun, but what I've watched for 2 hours was a very annoying movie without emotion, just in an attempt. So I want in an attempt to pass messages like, for example, female empowerment. Ew. What a bunch of garbage.
Gosh.
Oh, how dare you try to find power. The short film we watched at the beginning and much better, just for him, was worth the tickets. So they went to the movie, got out of the movie, sat in their car, and they're like, hold on, honey, I got to write a strongly worded review about this movie on IMDb. That's right, on IMDb. Eventually, somebody will read it and heed my words.
I mean, what an awful reason to hate the movie.
Seriously, did you find it boring at all?
No.
Not at all. Like, it was constantly entertaining. I paused it to get up to go make food. I paused it to use the restroom. It wasn't boring.
How dare we empower women? Keep
I
going.
know.
Sorry, interrupted you.
Especially when you watch it for the first time.
Right? Like, did you... This was before everyone was griping about Disney and they're like being woke, right?
Yeah.
4 years ago. So they're like, damn them for female empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of rad that they did that. They're giving the other parent a movie now.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I mean, where's Incredibles 3? Where are the kids now? Well, the kids became the heroes in this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Boring. It's the name of the title. Might have been better if I had brought my grandkids with me. This was yet another boring superhero movie. I fell asleep repeatedly.
Why didn't you bring your grandkids with you?
Maybe it was like a pre-watch to make sure it was okay for them.
I would say, had they have brought their grandkids with them, they might have liked it more.
Because they would have fed off their kids' energy.
Yes,
they would have
that's
been
right.
like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. You know,
Oh,
growing
wow,
up-
the kids like it this much.
Yeah.
Maybe it is good.
Maybe I can tell them about Superman. And then the kids would be like, shut up, Grandma. I already know who Superman is.
You think Grandma would like Incredibles?
I think she actually would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to introduce it to her.
I think
Talk in the
they
microphone.
would already know about Incredibles.
We're going to have to get her own headset with the microphone
It's
attachment
attached so she actually
so
holds
she
it
can
to her
talk
mouth.
into it. The whole time before recording, she's all like, you like this? Sound good? Okay, one more 1-star. And let me see. Here's another one. Incredibly boring.
My
So
goodness.
more people thought it was boring, yeah. The special effects and animation is very slick, but it is expected from Pixar. Apart from that, there is nothing much to enjoy other than a few moments with Jack Jack. Story... Why?
Better jump on the Jack Jack train
Yeah,
there,
get-
Mike.
Jack Jack. Like, You gotta love him.
I mean, it's true. That whole raccoon scene was pretty funny. The raccoon trying to get away from him was pretty awesome.
Because he thought he was like a robber.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... No, it's a trash panda instead. Storyline is very weak and everything is a stretch. Why the villain chooses to target superheroes and why only Elastigirl is recruited is not established well at all. There are too many characters and scenes are forced. Voice of Elastigirl is annoying and same with her husband. They should have used different actors to voice except Samuel Jackson. Skip this in theaters and wait for DVD release.
You know, I forget if it was there, but that is a valid criticism as to why attacking only superheroes.
Because
did they mention it?
Yeah, she hated superheroes because her parents died.
Oh, right.
Right. Kind of like a Punisher thing.
Yeah.
Where
so
she's
it's
got a
not valid
vendetta
criticism.
against superheroes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it made total sense. I mean, I didn't miss it, and I miss crap all the time. That's why I got to have subtitles on. But I didn't miss that.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, all the people giving it those kind of reviews.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, really, what are you angry about? It's almost like, you know how I want to be like a self-help guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like I should start trolling these 1-star reviews and be like, what's really bothering you? Female empowerment? Come on.
It was that movie we were watching the other night with the subtitles popped on, and I started giving Mike crap.
Huh?
You remember?
So you were watching something and then they just randomly came on?
Yeah.
So that means that I was watching the same streaming service and then turned them on.
Right.
Because you turned them off. What are your opinions on subtitles? Do you like them on the screen while you're watching the movie?
Like where it's like...
Yeah, it's got the words and you can read them advance. You can get the joke before everybody else does.
I sometimes like it.
Sometimes. When does it help you the most?
When I don't know what it says and it's still on the screen because no one else was talking.
That's exactly why, man. That's exactly why I love subtitles. I mean, that's the only reason why they work so well.
How you can even handle going to the movie theater is beyond me.
It's really tough, and the whole time I'm sitting there, I keep thinking, gosh, you know, it'd be great is if they put like remote controls on the side of the little armrest, and everyone can be in control and be like, I want subtitles on, and then the guy downstairs is like, I don't want subtitles on, and then you have like a war. Pause it real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that would make the theater experience.
Oh my god, it'd be
great.
Awesome, dude. It'd be awesome. Being able to like pause a movie, be like, I'm a little worked up. I gotta go down to the concession stand. I'll be back in 15. Everybody around me is totally cool with it.
Yeah, didn't you missed out on part of the Batman even. Didn't you say you got up, you went to the bathroom?
No, that was Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I was like, I'm not watching this
The football scene.
generic beach football scene. Like, it's good. Maverick was good.
Did you rate it as high as Dad did?
No,
Dad loved it.
I know because he loves
does
Tom
love
Cruise.
I do now.
He's got a
How
Maverick
could you not?
poster from 1988 on his next to his bed. Jacket with no shirt on, sitting on his motorcycle or something.
Next Scientologist sitting in front of you now. It's all because of my love for Tom Cruise.
Was that the doorbell?
I bet that's Evelyn. You want to go check?
Uh-oh.
You could even have her pop in, say hi.
Okay.
Better hurry. She's going to leave.
All right, Mila's friend's here, and she's ready to go play.
She's done with us.
She's all, I'm over
Goodbye.
this podcasting crud.
Anything else you want to say about Incredibles 2?
Before you
It
lose your
was
chance.
good.
It was good. Everybody, it was good.
That-
I think it was good.
That's my new thing. It was good.
It was. How many thumbs up do you give it?
Out of what?
She's like, I ain't even giving it a thumbs
Out
up.
of how many thumbs?
Out of how
she
many
asked.
thumbs you have?
I have 2 thumbs.
Yeah, which one? 1 or 2?
Oh, 2.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4. 2 big toes and big thumbs.
Bye.
Bye. That is the end of the podcast, and everybody go to at Sequilibrium Podcast. At Sequilibrium Podcast. Excuse that throat clearage on Instagram. And not on the shoes. And then email us at sequilibriumpodcast@gmail.com. What are you emailing us? Movie suggestions, your favorite fast food restaurant, how close are you to the nearest national park? You got anything else?
So much different experience. Wow, this sounds.
It sounds so
off.
much different.
Hello, 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 hello.
You're coming through?
Was it sounding like that before?
No. Take your headphones off. Okay, talk now.
Hello.
Nothing's changed. I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Turn the other one on. Okay.
Hello, hello.
There you go.
Well, there we go.
There it is.
Huh.
They both have to be on because they're split together.
Yeah.
We're learning about our new equipment every day.
I know.
What a fun episode to do.
Was fun. Didn't seem like she was
Into it very well.
Maybe that's my fault. We got to watch the first.
You gotta watch the first, and then what I was gonna say to you earlier is that remember when I texted you about James Caan dying?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, looks like you got to look up the list of movie sequels.
Uh-huh.
And you know how we're always talking about when our ship comes in, we're gonna have interns do all this for us.
Right.
You already have that. They have to listen to you.
Built in.
Yeah, you're like, Milo, why don't you do me a favor and pull me the list of all James Caan movie sequels? Thanks. Oh, and I'm going to need a review of this movie and have it done by tomorrow night. Thank you.
Hey, you got a point.
I'm just joking. I don't really mean make them go to
I
work
do.
on this crap.
I do.
All right. Well, we are going to do a Clerks 3 trailer reveal. I've held out an entire day.
Yeah, let's do that right now.
Yeah, I think
and
we
you
should
said
do-
Hocus Pocus 2 as well, right?
I've already seen Hocus
Oh,
Pocus
you son
2.
of a bitch.
I forgot that I told you that, and then what I want to do is have her watch the Hocus Pocus trailer and then Hocus Pocus 2 trailer.
You mean watch Hocus Pocus
And then
watch the Hocus Pocus 2 trailer?
Obviously not now because she's out playing with her friends being a normal kid and not doing a podcast about friggin' movies. But yeah, we're going to pause this and then be right back. Actually, you know what? We're not going to pause
Let's don't
this.
pause it. Let's end it.
No, we're going to end it because I'm going to have to release this as clean. And if we're going to do Clerks 3, it can't be clean.
Yes.
So
Right.
we're gonna enjoy this full episode of Incredibles 2, clean rated. It's so much fun doing a clean rated. It's almost like doing a cleanse. Bye.